Icebreakers are used at the beginning of session to establish rapport with your students. These are important because they help ease new students into the session and can alleviate the stress of studying for difficult courses or meeting new people. Your students are more likely to return to session if you begin by creating a comfortable environment. Icebreakers can take the form of games, riddles, discussions, and so on, and usually only take a couple of minutes. For example, you can play 2 truths and a lie or never have I ever. You can have the students draw a self-portrait, or you can simply open a discussion by asking questions about their name and major, and their hobbies or interests. Sometimes you'll find that students are shy, and this is okay. The Icebreaker is designed to get everyone comfortable and familiar with the SI session. Let's see an example of what to do when this happens.
I'm a psychology major, and kind of like Rebecca, I am pretty confused about the material too, so I'm hoping this will help kind of clarify.
Hi, my name is Janet. I am a public policy major. Also, like Marissa and Rebecca, I am confused. I get a little bit of the information, but I need help with.
Schemas are activities that connect the learner's existing knowledge with new knowledge. Schema activation is critical to the learning process. By activating prior knowledge, the student is more likely to retain the information they learned in class because they are organizing it into a contextual framework of pre-existing information. A good schema activity is going to prompt the student to make these connections. It usually appears as a discussion question or prompt. You can also combine the Icebreaker and schema activity, especially once the students are more familiar with each other and the class. The Icebreaker and schema should only take a few minutes out of the whole session and take place at the beginning of the session and before starting activities. Closing activities take place in the last few minutes of the session. This is where you will wrap up and ask the students to demonstrate overall knowledge practiced during session. A good closing activity enables the student to reflect, recall, and work with the material again, thus further establishing long-term memory practices. You will also be able to gauge whether you've accomplished your session goals. The closing can be a collaborative or individual activity like an informal quiz or KWL or other visual chart, or session summary or survey. Finally, the SI leader should end by recapping, or even better, to promote student participation by asking a student to recap what was covered in session, offering, or asking the students to check what's coming up next class, modeling good student habits by checking class syllabus, or session, and thanking the students for coming to session. Like the Icebreaker, thanking your students for coming will help create a welcome and positive environment.